The Temple of Edfu, located in the city of Edfu in Upper Egypt, is one of the most well-preserved ancient Egyptian temples. It's dedicated to the falcon-headed god Horus, and it stands as a testament to the religious and cultural practices of ancient Egypt. Built during the Ptolemaic period, the temple reflects the blending of Greek and Egyptian traditions and serves as a crucial site for understanding the dynamics of ancient Egyptian religion, architecture, and society. Edfu, known in ancient times as Behdet, was an important center for the worship of Horus. The city's prominence grew as the cult of Horus became more central to the Egyptian pantheon. By the time of the Ptolemies, Edfu was already a significant religious center. The Ptolemaic rulers, seeking to legitimize their rule over Egypt, invested heavily in the construction of temples, including Edfu, to link themselves with the ancient traditions and gods of Egypt. The temple's construction began in the year 237 BC, during the reign of Ptolemy III, and it was completed in the year 57 BC under Ptolemy XII. The construction took nearly 180 years, reflecting the complexity and the grandeur of the project. The temple was part of a broader Ptolemaic strategy to revive traditional Egyptian religious practices while also incorporating elements of Hellenistic culture. The construction of the Temple of Edfu was a monumental undertaking. Ptolemy III initiated the project, recognizing the importance of solidifying his rule by associating with the powerful deity Horus. Subsequent rulers continued the work, ensuring that the temple would become one of the most significant religious structures in all of Egypt. The temple was designed following the traditional Egyptian architectural style, yet it incorporated innovations that made it unique. The structure is oriented along the Nile, with the entrance facing the river, a design meant to symbolize the connection between the temple and the life-giving waters of the Nile. The temple's design also reflects the ancient Egyptian belief in the cosmic order, with its layout symbolizing the primeval mound from which life emerged. The use of sandstone from the quarries of the Jebel was another notable aspect of the temple's construction. The choice of this durable material contributed to the temple's remarkable state of preservation. The extensive reliefs and inscriptions that adorned the temple walls were meticulously crafted by skilled artisans who worked over several decades to complete the intricate designs. The Temple of Edfu is renowned for its architectural grandeur and the richness of its decorations. The temple complex is enclosed by a massive mud brick wall, which isolated the sacred space from the outside world. The entrance is marked by a towering pylon, one of the tallest in Egypt, which stands at 36 meters high. The pylon is decorated with scenes depicting the triumph of Horus over his enemies, symbolizing the king's role as the protector of order. Upon entering the temple, one first encounters the large open courtyard, surrounded by colonnades. This courtyard was used for public ceremonies and is adorned with columns decorated with floral capitals and a characteristic feature of Ptolemaic architecture. Beyond the courtyard lies the hypostyle hall, a grand space filled with 12 columns arranged in 2 rows. The ceiling of this hall is decorated with astronomical scenes, while the walls are covered with reliefs depicting various rituals associated with the worship of Horus. The hypostyle hall leads to the inner sanctum, where the sacred image of Horus was housed. This sanctuary, the holiest part of the temple, was accessible only to the high priest and the king. One of the unique features of the Temple of Edfu is the presence of a Nile meter, a device used to measure the Nile's water level. The Nile meter at Edfu is located in a side chapel and is a testament to the temple's connection to the Nile and its significance in architectural life of ancient Egypt. The Temple of Edfu was more than just a religious center. It was a focal point for the community and played a crucial role in the religious life of the region. As the cult center of Horus, The temple was the site of numerous festivals and ceremonies, the most important of which was the Festival of the Victory of Horus. This festival celebrated the mythological victory of Horus over his uncle Set, a story that symbolized the triumph of order over chaos. The temple was also deeply connected to the Osiris myth, as Horus was the son of Osiris and Isis. The rituals performed at Edfu were believed to reenact the mythological events that led to the establishment of divine order in the world. These rituals included the offering of food, incense, and prayers, which were conducted daily by the temple's priest. The temple's reliefs and inscriptions provide a wealth of information about the religious beliefs and practices of the time. They depict the king making offerings to the gods, participating in rituals, and receiving blessings from Horus. These scenes were not just religious in nature, they also served to legitimize the king's rule by portraying him as the chosen representative of the gods on earth. The daily rituals performed at the Temple of Edfu were elaborate and strictly regulated. The high priest, along with a large number of subordinate priests, was responsible for maintaining the temple and conducting the rituals. These rituals were believed to sustain the gods and ensure the continuation of the cosmic order. The temple's economic role was also significant. It owned large tracts of land, which were cultivated to produce food for the temple and its priests. The temple's wealth and influence extended beyond its religious functions, making it a powerful institution in the region. The Temple of Edfu continued to be a significant religious center during the Roman period. However, as the Roman Empire adopted Christianity, traditional Egyptian religious practices began to decline, and by the 4th century CE, the temple was largely abandoned, and many of its statues and sacred objects were removed or destroyed. And during the Christian era, parts of the temple were converted into a church, and some of the reliefs were defaced by early Christians who considered them pagan. Over time, the temple was gradually buried under layers of sand and debris, and then it fell into obscurity. The Temple of Edfu was rediscovered in the early 19th century by European explorers, who were amazed by its state of preservation. The French scholar Auguste Mariette conducted the first major excavation of the site in the 1860s, removing the sand and debris that had accumulated over the centuries. And since then, the temple has been the subject of ongoing archaeological study and restoration. Efforts have been made to preserve the temple's delicate reliefs and inscriptions, and the site has been protected as an important cultural heritage site. Today, the Temple of Edfu is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Egypt. Visitors from around the world come to admire its well-preserved architecture and to learn about the religious practices of ancient Egypt. The temple is also an important site for Egyptologists who continue to study its reliefs and inscriptions to gain insights into ancient Egyptian religion and society. Ongoing preservation efforts are focused on protecting the temple from environmental damage, including the effects of rising groundwater and pollution. The temple remains a powerful symbol of Egypt's ancient heritage and a reminder of the enduring legacy of the pharaohs. The Temple of Edfu stands as one of the greatest monuments of ancient Egypt. Its construction, spanning nearly 2 centuries, reflects the dedication of the Ptolemaic rulers to preserving the traditions of their adopted land. The temple's architectural and artistic achievements continue to inspire awe, and its religious significance offers valuable insights into the spiritual life of the ancient Egyptians. As a testament to the cultural and religious practices of its time, the Temple of Edfu remains a crucial link to the past, embodying the grandeur and the mystique of ancient Egypt. Its preservation and continued study ensure that future generations will be able to appreciate this remarkable structure and the civilization that created it.